If you're ready for a quick updo, stick with me. I'm going to show you some hacks on how you can both curl and style in a very short amount of time. This is Amanda. As you can see, she has a lot of hair. I'm actually using the titanium ionic curling iron by Olivia Garden. And I'm sticking with a smaller barrel, so I'm doing a 1-inch barrel here. The reason why is because I have a lot more flexibility in how I'm gonna do the curl. So I'm gonna show you 3 curling techniques that I'm gonna do to give variation within the shape to help build the style that we're gonna be doing. Okay, so to start this out, I'm gonna turn Amanda to the side here, and I am going to just part the hair in half. And I'm starting from the bottom up with my sectioning. So I'm gonna start my first curl, which is gonna be the most impactful curl. With this style, I'm doing a half up style with a half knot twist. So I'm gonna open the barrel and start turning it before I release the clip. As I wind the barrel up to the top of the hair, you notice that I'm leaving the very ends out. I'm gonna release the clip as I unwind. So I'm gonna release that out. Now we have a nice kind of soft, gentle corkscrew curl. Now for this next curl behind it, I'm going to take the nose and tip it down, open the barrel up, and guide the hair by wrapping it all the way around the iron. What I like about this Olivia Garden titanium iron is that it is a double heated iron. So that means it takes you a lot less time. And the reason why I'm going with a 1-inch iron instead of doing a larger iron is so that I have a lot more flexibility in how the style is going to look. So I'm gonna alternate this, both open clip through the center of the section, rolling it all the way up to the top. And then as I unwind, I'm going to release the nose, unwind, open the clip, drag more in, and I'm gonna drop this out. And then the next section, I'm going to take that wrapping section. So I'm gonna alternate this all the way around the head. And once I get to the center, I'm actually going to change the format and how I am turning it. So I'm turning everything away from the face until I get to the very center. And then I'm going to jump over to the other side and wrap away from the face toward the center again. Now that I finished that underneath side, that half, I'm gonna drop this top part down, and I'm gonna start it out the same way, where I'm gonna skip the fringy bits. I'm gonna push those out and worry about those later. So I'm gonna start doing my vertical sectioning. I'm gonna open the clip halfway, wind it in, and I'm still gonna go about it the same way that I was before. And then my next section, that's where I'm gonna do that third curl option. I want to give a little bit more of a gentle wave. So rather than it being twisted like this, where we have kind of that loose textured pattern, I'm going to alternate my curling sides. So I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. I'm going to start out by curling it away from the face, just like I was with the rest of them. But as I open the clip, I am going to alternate. So I'm going to start here at the center and drag it toward the face. All I'm doing is one full turn when I'm doing this. Open it back up and drag it away from the face. This is going to give it that nice soft glam style, but it's more of a modern twist to that soft glam style. So we're now on the other side, and I'm gonna do exactly what I did before, except this time I'm turning my iron the opposite direction. Still starting with the clip in the very center and dropping the ends out. And then remember, this underneath part is the part where I open the barrel up and I wrap the hair around it. What I really want to add here is that when you're taking your sections, just keeping along the vertical plane. If you want to go with a wider section or a smaller section, just put variation in it. And like I was saying before, see how those ends are kicking out? I don't force those. I like that there is variation in the texture, and this kind of lets you have your own artistic flair to the style that you're doing. So we're gonna finish this part up. I think we've got maybe 2 more sections, and then we'll go into that third curl pattern at the top. And now we're gonna go for our glam wave. So I'm gonna go away from the face and toward the face, alternating on the vertical section. So I still have not relaxed all the curl yet. I'm actually gonna go ahead and go to the front now. So when I'm doing this part, I'm going to leave the clip open, and I'm just gonna start dragging the barrel down the hair as I'm releasing it all the way. And you can see that it's already giving it a little bit of a turn, but it's not too cutesy. And I'm actually going to, this part right here, if I want a little bit more height, I'm gonna grab the top of this section, hold it higher up, and I'm gonna bring it up, and again, I'm not gonna close my barrel, like I'm still leaving my thumb on the clip. And see how that just gave it a little bit more height through there? I'm really happy with that, so I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. Again, I'm gonna hold everything 3/4 eyebrow, and I'm gonna open up the barrel, drag everything down. I don't drop the clip. And then this is flat through here, so I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take the very corner of the top of that fringe, hold it at an elevation, and then I'm gonna start turning, and I'm not closing the clip down. And there it is. So as you can see, just based on those 3 different types of curl patterns, we've got variation in texture. It showcases the style really nicely, and we could leave this alone as is. Like, I'm really happy with this, but we wanna show a little bit more variation in the style. So we're gonna do a half up look, and this will take you literally minutes. Okay, so we're gonna do a half up look, but I wanna leave these fringy pieces out, and I don't wanna force them. So I'm actually gonna just take my fingers like this, and I'm gonna drag it over basically where the parietal ridge is, all the way down into the base of the crown. And as you can see, I have my handy dandy hair tie on my wrist. So I am going to bring everything to me. So this style, I definitely want it to be statement-like, so I'm not gonna hold it down too low. I'm actually gonna bring it up a little bit higher on the head. And when it comes to this half up look, I really wanna showcase that updo, so I wanna be able to see it from the front. Just take this into a simple pony. No tricks here, we're just gonna do a simple pony first, and then the last part is going to be a little baby loop, just like this. I'm now gonna do a split through the middle. I'm gonna pull that up, and we're gonna topsy-turvy this little loop within that split. So I'm gonna push that in all the way up through the top, just like so. And gravity kind of takes a hold there, like it's going to hold itself, but I did grab some bobby pins just in case. Before I start pinning it in, I actually want to release the top a little bit, so I'm gonna take my little pinchers here, and I am going to pull some of these pieces forward through the top. So we're gonna just relax the top piece so there's a little bit less tension. And then as this opens up, I'm gonna hold onto each side, and I'm gonna pin those pieces in. Instead of opening the pin, I'm just gonna guide it through and kind of corkscrew that right into the base. I'll do one on each side. Now with any pieces that are left over, you can choose to finesse some of these. So I still left my iron on. So again, I'll use the Olivia Garden titanium iron, and I'm going to finesse some of these pieces here. So I'm gonna take smaller sections so they look a little bit more intentional. This is gonna be so fun for you to reenact. Try out the Ionic Curling Iron by Olivia Garden. They actually have a couple different sizes, so I will actually put more information in the show notes. You can check that out. Thanks so much for hanging out and have an amazing day.